going, guys? Today we're gonna be reacting to The Art of Not Thinking. Man, I don't even know what that's gonna be about, but by the look at the title and by the look of this quote, J. Cole, being delusional is my strength, it's gonna probably be motivational. So maybe we can kind of get something from this. We're gonna jump into it right now, though.
That's shooting for something extremely high, you have to start with
a little irrational.
A little irrational, because if you were to let logic or rationality, you wouldn't make it because
too many
everything.
obstacles.
The numbers, the odds.
You can't do that.
The odds are in your favor. It's a strength. I still have the same delusion from when I was 6 and 12.
That's it. How did it feel to you? Let me think. Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
Don't count yourself out. You gonna have people ignore, like, think trying to like take away from your blessings. Don't count yourself out. Look.
Dead ass broke, bro, with no money, no power, no food at the crib, food stamps. Mama she don't got no car. She don't know where the next meal coming from. Lamborghini, but them niggas used to be bums. Like, nigga, them niggas used to be bums, nigga. I used to be a fucking bum, bro.
As humans, one of the exclusive skills that we have that no other creature on this earth has is the ability to analyze and think about situations over an extended period of time. But see, if your gift is not used in the right way, then it will eventually turn into a curse. Overthinking is something we do in society due to various reasons, like, you know, Instagram baddies saying they want a man that's 6'6", 6 feet tall, 6 inches, and makes over 6 figures a year. Men saying they want a big booty Latina who is basically just a sex robot who cooks, clean, and sucks dick. To be successful.
Nah, that's crazy. What y'all think, man? Y'all think men like that? I think we just want a sex robot, basically, for women. I think it's a little deeper than that. I definitely feel like we definitely want a little bit more emotional connection, because we can have all that, the cooking and cleaning, the good sex and stuff, but if we ain't connected with you on a deeper level, then we really don't have nothing to do with it. And then for the females, I don't know, that's kind of shallow. Is that true about y'all? I ain't no female, so I can't really say nothing about that. But let me know y'all comments down in the comment section down below. Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section down below. Anyway, let's go ahead.
In life is to be happy, to be fulfilled, to experience love. We get so used to having to think about stuff to make things happen, or so we think we thought it into existence. And to be fair, sometimes it is that thinking that allows us to advance in this life. But I found more times than not, it is not even close to that is what gets us this far. It is not our own thoughts and ideas that we are communicating through various art forms and words, but we are merely just the mediums for these ideas to speak through that want to be heard. So often, what gets in your way to take that final step to walk through the door to get what you want after waiting your turn is quite literally the same thing that got us this far. Thinking. Your gift can be just as easily your curse. I know this sounds backwards right now, but let me explain the art of not thinking. On August 29th, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, a star was born. A Virgo, an angel some would call. This kid at the age of 5 could already dance better than most grown men. Had a stage presence at 5 that most artists today aspire.
Wait, so you trying to say that not thinking is gonna put you where you at? And just, so what I've grabbed so far, I believe this is just about So I feel like this. I think I understand the concept what he getting at, but I think it's about, you still need to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Like, not thinking about the work is probably what he's saying. Like, don't put the work in for where you want to go and think about that process in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you be like, damn, I gotta go do this, and then I gotta go do that. And it's like, instead of putting yourself 7 steps ahead, trying to do all these steps like you didn't get them done, or you listen to all these steps, just start with step number 1. Just do that step. And after step number 1, what's that? Step number 2. And after that, step number 3. And then when you look up, you're on step number 7, and instead of complaining about how I'm gonna get to 7, just do step number 1 and worry about 7 when you on 6. Do that make sense? So I feel like not thinking about the process is what I'm trying to see what he's trying to get at. but you still need to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want for anything.
Aspire to get one day. And if none of this by itself impressed you, well, just wait till the kid actually opened his mouth to sing. A god was created. I know there's the ongoing joke of Michael's dad, Joseph, with a belt in one hand and a guitar in the other, saying, you know what I'm saying, you better get these moves right, and if you don't, I'm gonna whoop your ass. But regardless, Michael genuinely had a love for music, dancing, and expressing himself through these art forms. You could hear it in his melodies. The pain that was caused for the advancement of his music from his childhood was also his therapy. His curse was also his gift. But you don't get to that level of Michael Jackson talent-wise, success-wise, with just pure thinking or even practice. And I want to make it clear for all of you reactors.
You're right. You get through that. You get through that to that level of success. For one, getting beat towards success. For one, getting geared psychologically towards that. But then also for him, it's not even a matter of not thinking. Imagine your whole life being centered around that. So it becomes a part of who you are. And the thing about it is, he just made it a better version. Do that make sense? But nevertheless, he was still every day practicing dancing, every day singing, every day doing some type of performance. He's still putting in work. He wasn't thinking about the work he was putting in because eventually he started to get used to it psychologically. Do that make sense? Like, he got beaten to submission, and that makes sense. Or maybe I'll overanalyze.
Is probably watching this right now with y'all Lego my ego head ass who finna sit here and say, well, you gotta work, bro, don't neglect the execution. The work will naturally be there when the love is there, which Michael had. But more importantly, Michael didn't think about his art. He let it naturally come to him. Most of Michael Jackson's biggest well-known songs were spurts of inspiration.
How do you write a song?
How do I write a song? Well, if I sat here and played some chords, whatever, and say, I'm going to write the best song I've ever written, nothing happens. Something in the heavens has to say, look, this is the time that this is going to be laid on you, and this is when I want you to have it. Now, I remember when I wrote Billie Jean, I was riding in my car down Ventura Boulevard. All I said to myself beforehand, I want to write a song with a great bass hook, you know, and I just let it go, really. And then several days later, you know, you know, the whole
Where did that come from?
From above. See, the thing is, artists seem to get in the way of the music. Get out of the way of the music. You know, don't write the music.
Right, and like I said, I think that just speaks towards enjoying the process, have a passion for the process, but not thinking about the process you're in. If that makes any sense, like, for example, don't think about going to the gym. Love the fact that because you're going to this place, you're gonna start to get sexy, and over time you're gonna be like, man, I love being here because look at my body, look at this dude, look at who I am. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy that process, or whether that's posting. Let me post consistently at frequency enough to be like, you know, because I got a love for who I'm becoming in that process. Do that make sense? It's like, all right, now I notice I'm more confident. I notice that I can do a lot more of this. I can do a lot more of that. You see what I'm saying? But it's more so enjoying the process as you're doing it. That don't exclude the work, though. You still have to put in the work. Just don't think about the work you're putting in. That's all I think it is.
The music writes itself.
The dance as well?
Wait. And before, because he said something about the execution, and he was like, well, what about the execution? Well, it's about the passion, but it's you need what's passion without execution. You can have all the passion in the world. If you don't execute, you're not going to get nowhere. I ain't going to lie to you. You could be like, I have a passion for singing, and I want the world to hear my song. But if I'm only singing in my bedroom, and that's the only time you can hear my lovely voice, and I'm not posting it, nothing like that, how can I get out there? Another example of the person that's singing. If I'm singing, and I put it on TikTok, and I put one video out there, one video to get noticed. How many times do I put myself out there to get noticed, to get the reach, to get what I want? I see myself on the stage singing in front of millions and hundreds of thousands of people and sharing my love and my passion for my voice. So because of that, the work I'm trying to put in, which is just posting videos when I feel the most passionate. I ain't gonna post videos when I don't feel like, on days I don't feel like singing. I'll be like, you know what, I don't feel like singing today. I'm still a singer. I still want to sing in front of millions. I just don't feel like singing in front of millions today. Today ain't my time. You see what I'm saying? But you still, the more times you put yourself out there, execute. The thing you talking about now, you don't need the execution, you need the passion. You got all the passion in the world. You need execution. You need both. You need both. Because if you got execution, but you ain't got no passion, you're gonna just die down. It's not gonna be authentic to you. It's not gonna be real. It's not gonna feel real. You're achieving what? You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what the end goal is, but you gotta work towards. Still need execution.
When you don't think, you enter a state of openness, a flow state, some call it, to receive the right messages at the right time. If your phone's on do not disturb because you're so busy up there, well, then you can miss the call that'll change your life. The same goes for the ideas and thoughts that you need to receive at the right time to accomplish the dream and goal that you've been working for and waiting for so long. But we often get tricked into thinking that we need to think harder, we need to grind harder, we need to force this work. And that could be the case for some, but if this video found you, I don't think that's so. When you watch Michael Jackson dance, sing, and talk, everything is put together and on point, but it's also very smooth and open and up.
You can say that everything on point and smooth, but you got to understand he put in countless hours of dancing before everything. You think he just popped up on stage just learning how to dance? You think he just popped up on stage having everything set up and everybody got the moves all synchronized? He had to put in work. He had to execute. It was behind the scenes that nobody sees. So what I'm trying to say is, don't think about the process. If you love what you do, don't think about what you're doing to get there. Don't think about it. Just do it. If you want your outcome to be, you want to be, I told you, a singer, or you want to have a 6-pack and you want to be a model, then you got to, what's required? I need to have a model's physique. What do I need? What is a model's physique? 12% to 7% body fat. You know, all these requirements. Where am I at? How many percent body fat I am? How can I knock that down? Okay, cool. How many days am I? You know what I'm saying? Boom, just do the process. Don't even worry about the days. Just do the process. Boom, boom, boom. Over time, you like, oh, my physique is getting better. I'm starting to get down to that body fat percentage. I'm starting to look more physically wise, physique wise, more like the model that I see that I want to be. I'm passionate about working out because I like my physique body for that. Makes sense? You gotta have a passion or aspiration. You gotta have an end goal. Does that make sense?
Up for interpretation. Effortless, you could even say. You never hear Michael trying to sing good, you know what I mean? He's being an instrument for the creative energy to work through him to convey a message to people. And look at how many hearts he impacted, how many lives he saved and changed. But if he tried to think about any of these things, just as he said, they never would have came. You can't rationalize love. You can't rationalize abundance. It's like trying to rationalize why the earth makes trees create oxygen for us to live. Why is there so many trees for so many animals? There's no logical reason except love. When my mom was first teaching me and my sister how to swim, one of the first things she taught us was how to float. And what determined if you were gonna sink or if you were going to float is how still you could be, how much you could turn off your brain and not think, how much could you let go and have trust in the water to carry you. And anybody who has ever floated in water knows, once you let go and stop thinking about it, you're completely fine. And that's when you start to float. It's when you stop thinking, try to rationalize how this water is carrying you, your fear of the water, that is when you sink. Nature really is one of the greatest teachers.
One of the most important things to being successful is listening. It's listening and watching.
Another reason a lot of people let thinking get in their way is due to the rationalization and being comfortable in the rationalization of oneself. The natural limitations that you put on yourself. You don't even know how far you're gonna go in this life. And more times than not, the only thing that limits you are the only limitations you put on yourself. I say all the time, I feel like if we stopped telling kids that they couldn't fly, eventually kids would start flying. Your mind, the same as the universe, isn't some machine that goes, this is right, this is wrong, but it is rather a well that takes in what it is told, actions and thoughts included, and puts it back out with that exact same force. One person that has mastered not thinking and rationalizing and putting limits on their self is one of the biggest streamers in the world, Kai Cenat.
Kai, where's the YouTube channel? I got one thing to say.
Welcome to my YouTube channel!
One thing about Kai that has always stuck out to me about him was the spontaneity of his art, even really down to the way he came up. Kai would make Instagram skits and YouTube videos mainly in high school, which gained a little bit of traction since, you know, everybody in New York knows everybody. But he realized in his senior year that he needed to take this content creation thing serious. So he made a vow to himself that he would post on YouTube every other day and post a skit every day on Instagram. And he did exactly that. If you go to Kai Cenat's Facebook page, you can literally see him posting a skit and YouTube video almost every single day for a year straight. Some did good, some did bad, some were cringy, some were funny. And he built a decent platform from doing these skits, ding dong ditch videos blowing up on his channel, and he recently started linking up with his soon-to-be household name group AMP. But he still wasn't one of the biggest streamers in the world. He was just a successful content creator at this point. Until that one day.
From 1 to 10, like from 1 to 10. Like,
okay, first of all, it don't matter. I'm a girl. I'm gonna say
real quick,
all
like I said,
like that's not even.
Like I told y'all, bro, he put in that work. You hear what he said? He made a commitment to himself. I don't even know what his outcome, what his end goal was to be, but regardless, he was passionate about that end goal. And guess what? He said he made a commitment. He said, "I'm gonna post every other day in a YouTube skit. I mean, Instagram skit every single day." And he did that for a year of consistency. You need to put in some work. You still got to put the execution in. He still executed. He still did that. But the thing about it is, he loved what he did, so he didn't mind doing it. Oh, excuse me, guys. With that being said, you got to put the work in, bro. He put the work in consistently enough to get what he is, and that's what y'all need to do. Whatever you want in life, you got to believe that you are there. You got to believe that you can accomplish it. And more importantly, you got to have the passion and the execution to follow through to get what you want.
I mean, like, accurate.
Oh,
my.
Yep.
Sorry, just sorry, you dirty. I must say, shout to Maury Van Rap. See that, you dirty mother. Why you got rap living in your crib? What? What's up? Why is there raps in your crib, Kyle? Talk to me. Talk to me.
I don't know, bro.
So in 1 year, you became
After this clip went viral, Kai Cenat officially became one of the most iconic streamers the industry has seen and started his climb to the top. And well, y'all know the rest of that story. But the same as Michael Jackson, notice how the thing that sent him over the top into his stardom, his most iconic clips are of him not thinking. They are very spontaneous and they kind of just happen to him.
You good? You good? Bae, you good?
Shit. What's up? It's on the phone. Nick, listen. Talk about
the blood clot is. What you mean with the blood clot? You see what me I do? She did on the phone with a real general. No, put them up on the phone now. Put them on the bomber clot.
He was just floating, being himself. By not forcing the viral moment, the universe naturally brings them. You ever tried to be funny around a group of people and it's just awkward because it's not funny? Versus when you're just in your element, you just talking your shit, you just joking, and the jokes just flow so well. When you chase the dog of ideas, it's in its nature to naturally run away. The grandest, most iconic moments, songs, and content is not well thought out or completely planned out most of the times in the beginning. More times than not, it is rather stumbled upon. The same way your best friend or partner, you end up meeting them one day because you happen to be late to class, or you sat in the wrong seat, or you randomly go into a store one day. Divine timing, some call it. The other big reason you must not think, and one of the most important, is due to the dichotomy of your self-image. As I said before, the limitations you have are the ones you put and think about yourself. Your perception of what you believe about yourself in your own life is what the world and people will reflect onto you. One thing I want y'all to realize is the most famous rich person y'all look up to and you wish you had their life, understand that they were once just like you. The spotlight, the money, the validation is a reflection of something that changed on the inside, not the outside. And once you apply that basic principle, you will realize there is nothing you can't have, because you don't even think that there is anything you can't have. You naturally feel like you can have anything. A perfect example of this is Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Before you even get into that, again, it's really about the beliefs you shape, but the beliefs you shape come over time, and it still takes time for you to execute. And I feel like as you're executing, there's little hints of validation towards your goals. Like, oh shit, like, alright, like for example, if you're an influencer, you might not pop at the first few videos, first 20, 30, 40, even the first 100 videos. But then you be like, you know what? You keep grinding it out. But then you like, it start to bubble up. And you like, you know what? I'm starting to gain some traction. That one video went up. One day I went up 100%, 200%, 1,000% more than I've ever seen. And it gave you more reason to be like, you know what? I can keep going. I got this. And as you keep doing that, it's like this little peppering. It's the little peppering of validation that gets you more traction. So it's like, damn, okay, cool. I'm getting better and better and better over time. And then to the point where you do start to believe you can have anything, because it's shaped by the validation of you accomplishing your goals. You think, let's say, for example, if Michael Jackson wasn't real received, and let's say people didn't like that type of genre of music, like it wasn't acceptable in that time, do you think he would still been Michael Jackson who we know him today? I don't know. What y'all think in the comment section down below? I would love to hear y'all what y'all thoughts on that. Same thing for Michael Jordan and Kai. Like, if you really think if they never blew up, would y'all even know about them, these people today? Would they even have her now? Y'all wouldn't have known about them if they didn't put that work, that consistency and that work in, though. The more you see them, the more they pop up, the more they keep doing, being themselves and having the passion to do what they want to do and putting themselves out there while doing it and executing on those plans. Even Michael Jordan executes. He was practicing while everybody else was sitting down asleep. Everybody else want to rest. Nah, he in the off season still training for the on season. So it's like, it's little shit like that. You gotta just put in the work because he loved what he did, and over time, it start to show. You start to really show your craft. It really start to show.
Now, yes, we have all heard about the infamous story of Michael Jordan getting cut in 10th grade from his varsity team and getting sent down to JV. He was 5'10" at the time, and coaches didn't see too much of a promising future of him besides him just being a key role player. And with his parents being 5'10" and 5'5", it didn't seem like he had much growing to do either. But Michael Jordan thought different of himself. He didn't care about the limitations that the coaches put on him for just being a short role player, but also he didn't care about the same limitations that his parents' genetics put on him height-wise. Call me crazy, but I believe Michael Jordan was so delusional that he willed the body, height included, that he needed to accomplish his dreams. Because when you try to think about it logically and rationalize it, when you try to look at yourself and go, that's not possible. Because when you try to think about it logically and rationalize it, he wasn't supposed to be nowhere near his height. None of his brothers even touched 5'9". When you think about it, it wasn't supposed to happen that way. All of the signs were saying this ain't for you. If he thought about it, he would have logically told himself that rationally this was not possible. And
oh, I got you mean. Okay, I see what you mean. Just don't believe in the doctrine that people tell you. Don't believe in the limiting belief that the society or the world set on you. That's really what he's trying to say. Don't believe the hype. Whatever you believe that you are, however you believe you are, I don't know, in extreme cases, even your height, I don't know how Jordan did that, now that you said that.
People in that same position, no matter what it is in life, I'm going to say 99% of people will succumb and continue to fall for that rationalization of thinking. Some people will say that's because he's 1 in a million, that he made it through and he accomplished and he growed that tall. But why is he 1 in a million? Because he believed. He didn't think. Because thinking requires logical proof to back it up. Belief and faith requires none of that. He believed that he was good enough to make it to the NBA. And after practice, confidence, and applying it, the world believed it too. His mind made his body believe it too and made him grow.
Determination, what your motives are, what your ambitions were from the beginning. There's been a lot of soul searching in terms of, it's easy to sit back and say, well, I've given my best. I'm tired, somebody else got to do it or whatever. I didn't take that approach. I thought positively and said, whatever I could do, every little inch of energy that I have, I'm gonna try to provide for this team. I mean, if you give up, then they give up. So I didn't want to give up. No matter how sick I was, how tired I was, how low on energy I was, I felt the obligation, to my team, to the city of Chicago, to go out and give that extra effort.
For these things to work, you most importantly have to have a love for what you're doing. Each one of these individuals had a love for the thing they were doing, even when it was not working or it didn't look promising. And that's because love isn't thinking, it's in trusting, knowing, feeling. It's why a mama lion will die protecting her cub the same way your mom would for you. And only one of those creatures, us being the humans, have the ability to critically think and rationalize. It's why a mom can see a car on her baby and through brute strength lift it up. Love. It's the pure love that radiates through us all. It connects us. It requires no thinking. That alone will continue to fuel the fires of our souls and allow us to receive what is needed on our journeys. And that is the true art of not thinking.
A little corny at the end, but yeah, man. So what y'all think about the video? The art of not thinking, man. Y'all think it's true? Y'all think too much? What y'all think about it? Or should y'all think at all? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to smash that like button, like, comment, down, subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell to be notified anytime I drop a banger like this one. And yeah, man, y'all know what it is. Road to 1,000 reacting everything on the internet, man. Let's get it.